What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Pure Evil MMA. I told y'all that I would be back here doing this thing after UFC 299, leading up to UFC 300. And since we've been doing this for almost a decade now, it's kind of interesting now that I return. One of our homegirls, our very own Ace of Spade, Lady Jade, hooked us up with our boy, Ziggy Johnson, who's got an upcoming fight tomorrow, actually, with not Logan Paul, not Jake Paul. I mean, there's a huge card coming up with our guest having, and check this out, almost 500,000 followers. We got Zach Johnson. What's going on, my dude? How have you been?
I've been awesome. Yourself?
Dude, UFC 299, getting back into everything right now. It's just absolutely out of control. What's going on in the media world, man? I've been following you on your Twitter page, which I'm going to pull up for everyone. You got like one of the most exciting lives for a fighter that not many people have heard about, but yet everybody has heard about at the same time. Like,
Right.
let me break this down really quick. We're going to do proper introductions and everything, but the one thing that really stood out, man, is you have a point to make on this upcoming fight tomorrow against Danny, because this kid, he's not made for it. It doesn't seem like it. And we think all these streamers are going in, right? And they think they can do this and that against MMA if they know a little boxing. But what's the reality here, Zach?
Man, I just feel like influencers think they can box. They think just because they see it on TV that they can box and it's easy, and us pro fighters, amateur fighters, that they just think because you see a Jake Paul, like Logan Paul, Bryce Hall, like Tyler Holder, and them, that they can come in and they can do it because they have a huge following and stuff. And I respect anybody that steps in the ring, so I will say that. But I mean, it's just a different a breed. You have to live it, that you have to want it, you have to be hungry, and that you can get yourself killed, and especially coming from the bare knuckle world. It's just a different atmosphere. And he's cocky, he's confident. I wasn't at the press conference, and he made a statement saying that he was in my head and all this, and that's why that I didn't show up. It has nothing to do with it. So,
All right, so hold on here.
Oh, sorry.
Let me play the devil's advocate. So
Yeah.
he's saying that you weren't there for the press conference, right? You're
Yeah.
going through weight cutting. You're taking this fight so seriously, correct?
Yeah.
We've seen this before in the past with GSP and Nick Diaz, right? It had nothing
Yeah.
to do with being scared. It has to do with getting ready for the actual event. So this guy, he's an influencer. And the point that you're
Yeah.
trying to make is that I'm not scared of you. You're not in my head. Why does this guy think that he's in your head? And, to rebuttal it, why weren't you at the press conference? I mean, it's definitely a big part of the media credentials, but you not being there, I feel like it kind of helps.
Because I did a virtual face-off with him about a week ago, and I have a fight in on June 28th over in the UK against Elfie, where I'm main eventing. So he thinks that I'm looking past him, and I'm looking to June, and that's just inexperience. He's looking at my boxing record and all this, and he's just feeling confident in his team. And I just I've been doing this. I fought the best. You don't understand what you don't understand where the mind is and everything. And and then to rebuttal on
Well, let
on
me
the
stop
press
you there. Let me
conference.
stop you there.
Oh, okay.
Because that's a
Sure.
perfect place to stop. Because the point you're really trying to make here, I feel, there's fighters out there, and I feel like RDA put this really well. I feel like Nate Diaz put this very well. I feel like Cowboy Cerrone put this very well. I feel like there are many fighters out there that have been going through it since they were young kids, going through the grind, knowing the sacrifices you make every day. When you go in there and you see somebody like Sean Strickland in there against a streamer, and they're going,
Yeah.
he's being too rough. He's being too... No, that's not what I see. I see people calling out professional fighters who take this very seriously. And if you think you're going to go in there and try to say, oh, I went in there with the best in the world champion, and I actually did pretty well.
Yeah.
No, you are not cut out for this. This is your lesson. He didn't hurt the kid, but he made a point that not many people make. And I feel like that's where MMA is losing points against boxing right now, along with Francis Ngannou and this and that. Some people are not made out for certain sports, and I'm not mixing Francis and very little time or Connor against May, but you can't just step up in there. It's a whole mentality.
Yep. Right. No, that it is, and you're definitely right. And I feel like.
Well, let me tell you this. I feel like it's so important that you teach this kid a lesson, bro. What's it?
100%.
What's his name? His name's Odd.
Danny. He's a National Geographic. He's signed to him. He does animals, like stuff on it, animals and stuff like that. And I guess he likes combat sports, and he's played sports, so. Why not get in the ring is basically how he said it.
Well, hey. Danny kind of made a point, because isn't that kind of like where you started, right? You started in football, and then you got into it. But you don't just jump into it. Look at Greg Hardy. You don't just jump into something. You could see somebody very successful as an athlete. But what separates you from Danny?
Separates me from Danny is I started up through in the amateur division. I went through amateur, mixed martial arts. I fought the best. I wasn't arrogant, cocky. I wasn't trying to use my influencer thing. I just like to compete, and I want to be the best. So I want to face the best. And I just believe that he's using this as a platform for his National Geographics. The only thing is us fighters take pride, so we're out there promoting it, putting up it in our stories, and I have this whole entire time that we've been leading up to this fight, I've not seen him post once about the fight.
He's posting animals and stuff, I heard.
Right, and I think that you just don't have the pride in it. I think you're trying to build a name off of me, because I come from the pro world, from the bare knuckle to the boxing, to the MMA, and now in the movie industry, I think that's what he's trying to build off of. He's got a huge following and stuff, but it's in my mind that you're trying to tell me that I'm looking to come past you when you don't even know you don't even know me. So how can you tell me that I'm looking past you?
Well, okay,
Do I think that I'm gonna walk through you? Yes.
So is that the reason why maybe you didn't show up to the press conference? No. So that's the one question we didn't finish off there.
Sure. Yeah, no, that I had to work the morning, and then I wanted to get a small training session in, and then I had friends coming down, and after doing the virtual face-off, I saw him that I don't need to see him anymore. I want to see him at weigh-ins, the face-off, the face-off, and then let's go to war.
All right,
I don't need to see him again. I don't need to hear what he's going to say. I don't care what he's going to say. And he said that he's going to knock me out in the first round, and then he's in my head.
So clearly, this dude has not seen any of your like highlights or anything, bro. Because
He said that he has never looked at my film,
clearly,
and that's what he said in the face-off, the virtual face-off. He said that because they asked him when I was on there with him, and he said no, because that I haven't watched any of his past fights, and I was like, I mean, I just fought for the belt up back in December versus number one pound for pound IFL elite fighter
wow.
in in Elgato. I mean, you're not watching that fight, you're not paying attention. That there's different things that you pick up. Now they asked me on him what is my weak point going into the fight, and I said he posts no film. This is his debut. I don't know what stance he comes out of. I don't know how he moves. I don't know how he throws a punch. I don't know how he spars. I don't know how he hits a bag. So, I mean, any boxer that's getting ready for a fight, that they post something.
Yeah.
So I kind of look at that have you been really training? I mean, oh, he's in shape. I'll say that. I ain't gonna say that he's not. I feel like he's confident, and that I want to knock the smirk off his face. I mean, that was kind of bothering me. Today at the face off.
Here's what I'm afraid of right now, that because I've been doing this for so long, and it's been kind of like a new thing where these social media entertainers, they really do want to make a name for themselves, and they don't really understand what it's like when you do get knocked out, when you do go in there and you're out of breath, man. A lot of these people, they're surprised when they start training. They can't even hit a balloon in the air for 5 minutes.
Right.
That's one of the scariest things they say is your cardio. And it seems like, he's trying to say, oh, I've done football, I've done this, I've done that. Bro, you could do that, but then you get a couple of months off. MMA, combat sports, is non-stop. It's a lifestyle. It's a way of making sacrifices that turn you so tough in moments that when it really, truly matters, that's when the true champions show. And I literally have seen even myself doubt people like Jake Paul or this one or that one. They've opened the doors. MMA has kind of really not shined a good light on it, right? When you're going into situations. So it's so refreshing to see situations like this when you're going to go in there. And then people could say oh, Sean Strickland's video. No. All of you guys step up, and if you really want a good leg kick, if you're really going to fight, step in there, do your work, and we're going to see what it's about. Because all of this talking, all of this, all of that, I've seen this before in any different person, way, shape, or form. And for this guy to get one over on you, man, what then? You know what I mean? He wins more than he would lose. If he gets knocked out, he gets the clout no matter what. You're taking all the risk here.
Correct, 100%. And I think that my friends are starting to understand all day after weigh-ins that I've been quiet. I've been silent. I haven't been really talking. They're asking me how I feel about the fight, and I said the fight's not here. The fight's on tomorrow. I have to refocus myself. I have to look at I'm talking to Van and Jade, seeing what they see, seeing what they are in a game plan with me with, and I'm going over that stuff and just game planning. I don't care what the outside people are saying or friends are saying, because they don't know what I'm going through. Van does, and so does Jade. That's why that we team, and it's at the end of the day, what you just said, Van said to me, I have the most to lose. I'm the pro fighter. He said to me, I'm going to shock the world. And I said, if you beat me, then yeah, you would shock the world. It has nothing to do with my boxing record. I am a pro fighter. You are making your debut in the amateur division for an influencer.
Yeah.
This isn't the real thing, man. I mean, it's where I have to fight smart. I have to fight in that counter puncher way. Like I have to look for the shots. He
I've
said that
seen
he's
some
gonna
of your
come in.
clips, man. You're definitely the counter puncher too.
Yeah, like and I've like worked my way into that. I have focused hard on that. It just needs a little bit more of like on tweaking, but I just like, what the best feeling is. I mean, coming off the Elgato fight, for the title. I mean, there was split, but he was favored. This fight, I mean, all the fighters there are like picking me. I mean, the guy that everyone's telling me about that I posted and sent, that Phase guy or whatever his name
There's
is.
a whole bunch of different phase banks, phase this.
Phase, I don't know. I posted it in all my social media. Like from tonight is
Okay, so let's check it out. I'm on your Twitter
Phase.
right now. We're all looking at your Twitter. Very
I didn't
blessed to
think I
be
put.
favorite
Yeah,
hyperboxing.
yeah. Yeah, like a favorite in boxing or a favorite in the fight, but the guy in the bottom
Okay,
left corner, I guess that's Phase or something. Like everyone's telling me that he's popular, he's a big
so
name,
let's check it out.
and
Let's check it out. I got it up on the screen for everyone to see that's watching live on YouTube. Let's check this
right.
clip out really quick.
Prediction round here for the card. This Saturday. It's live. It's called Hype Boxing. Super fast prediction round here for the card. I'll let you go first. Danny or Ziggy? Ziggy, because he just looks like he's more about it. Okay. This.
He says I'm going for Ziggy. He looks like he's more about it.
Yeah. No, so the map because he picked you because he understands, and they do this for the UFC and all this, that they do their thing, and I was like, I don't even know who he is, but they're like, but like when he mentioned your name, he put you in there, so he believes in you, and like he understands the fighting world, and that's awesome. And then all the fighters have been inboxing me from the press conference saying, dude, that you got this, and even like on today, like it's just like I made a major weight cut, and I mean I'll be honest with anybody, the fight was at 140. I told Heather from Hype, I said, I'm not making 140. I'm coming from 165.
Ooh.
I said I can get to 147. I can get to 147.
So they did a catch weight.
Ask him. He weighed in at 140. I weighed in at 147. I was drained all day today, but
Oof.
I'm an athlete. I know how to get my body going again. So he saw that at the face-off. He's like,
oh, that's a big thing.
He was smirking. He had a smile. Like, I could tell he's like, all right, that you're drained. Well, guess what? I know how to rehydrate my body. I've been pounding water. I have a compete like you're screwed on tomorrow. That's all I have to say. I don't like you. It came out on like with Death Sports. I mean, it's been out where I just said when he said that he's in my head during the press conference that I lost it, and then I went after him. And a lot of people are like, well, you're not that person. You're not that fighter. You don't ever do that. And I said, now it's personal. I said, now it's a different world. I said, if you want to make this personal, like, I didn't even want to talk to him like on today. And the not so like a Logan Paul, who I'm friends with, who I respect a lot, like brought him over to me. I don't want to talk to him.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
want to see him. And he's like, well, why don't you guys do some like content and beef up the fight? That's cool, but he hasn't posted in a month about the fight. This whole week for fight week, he hasn't posted. Why would I do content with him?
Yeah.
He's like, well, just make it that you don't like him. I said, I don't like him. And I said, what I said last night on like a Death Sports, I'm going to do. I'm going to knock him out. I'm going to do what freaking like Lorenzo Hunt does, and I'm going to stand over him after I do it. And then he's going to understand that this is not his sport. Go back to what you're doing. This is not for you. And I said, like, you can rush in and because you got stamina and it's a short fight. Yeah, but when you're getting hit, your body slows down, and you ain't gonna want to get hit. And like I said, because he took a shot at me with my videos with the shadow box, he's like, yeah, like he's trying to impress.
That's what we're watching right now as you say this. That's awesome. We're watching you shadow box on the beach right now as you say this. That's great.
Yeah, and I was just like, I was like, you can come in, but I can counter you. Like, I can move you. I can do these things. Like, I understand the game. And it's just like, I've never had so much support going into a fight with all the shares from fighters and fans and people I don't even know, that this fight is bigger than what I think it is. And I think that's why that I've been quiet the rest of the day. And people are like, oh, so like, how you feeling, man? You got to get pumped up.
That's special though, bro. That's really special.
I just stay very silent. It's a calm before the storm. I'm going to that dark place. I want to go to that dark place. I want to hurt this man. And I said, that's the difference now. Now you made it personal. Now I'm going to pick the shots. Now I'm going to pick those shots to punish you. And I know that I can get to him. And like I told him in the virtual live, El Gato, the number 1 pound for pound fighter, I landed knockout shots on that man, and he ate them, which is in my Instagram, like from that last title fight, where that I was landing like haymakers on his jaw, and he just kept coming because he's a warrior, and he wanted that title more than I did, you know, and it's sad to say because I wanted it a lot, and I wanted it bad, but El Gato and I are friends now, and we talk, and he talks to me, and I talk to him, and his coaches talk to me. I don't want to talk to this kid.
Well, that's how it happens usually after the fight. But I think what's so important here is you're doing such a great job in being a professional mixed martial artist here. Going up against somebody that really isn't taking it seriously. Trying to show him, man, once you get in here, wait till you get hit. Wait till you feel your body start slowing down. Wait till you start feeling my speed as the time goes on. And then I'm going to lay in. Are you going to feel bad if he starts getting beat up? Or are you going to lay into this kid?
As soon as I smell blood, I'm going to go.
That's what we want to see.
Our game plan is to play that defense the first minute to see what he's going to do. Because I don't know what he's going to do. But I want to see what he's going to do. I want to see because he's going to make mistakes. The mistakes will be there. Everyone makes a mistake. It's going to be there. And it's just where I feed off the jab. I love the jab. I love the 1-2. Like I feel like the jab sets everything up for me. I feel like it did in the last fight.
We learned that from GSP for sure years ago against Korshka.
Yeah. So I feel like the jab's going to play a big factor. The fight's outside. I've actually had a fight outside
in Tampa.
So I understand. Yeah, so I understand the elements. I understand at night.
Boys.
The weather could change.
Whoa. I lived in Boca Raton, bro. And when I tell you, you will suffocate on a nice day, I mean it, bro. Under a tent in the shade. You know, you could talk about Colorado up there, you know, the elevation. Fighting in Florida. Bro, Tampa, Florida, the sun sets down there. It's going to be beautiful, bro. And I really hope that you truly take this moment in. I really do hope by the end of this, you make other people who are just out there streaming, trying to take on any MMA fighter who's built a career for themselves since a young age, has learned a discipline, has made sacrifices without families on, you know, Christmas and this and that, to come up in here and to think that you're just going to pity patter and this and that. No, bro, this is no different than being on Dana White Tuesday Night Contender Series. You're my opponent. You signed up for this. It's on right now. So here's my other question to you here. The walkouts. Before we close out, I got 2 more for you, which is going to be a lot of fun. Because it really wraps into who your character is. The walkouts, bro. you add an element to it where it really is this swag, this walkout of confidence. But if I looked at the videos of you walking out at that time and I listen to your voice now, those are two different people. What is going to happen tonight that turns you into basically your own Superman? Because a switch is about to be flicked.
Oh yeah, look, 100%. It's about the flip. I just think it's just a calm, like before the storm. I mean, I just think that you get in that zone and you just start to feel it, and you just start to, that it's game time. And then I'm adding a new element, like on tomorrow night, that I have, like one of my best friends, like was singing his new song, like walking
Oh,
me
no
out.
way.
Yeah, so like when Tommy
No
Vino
way.
is doing it, it's gonna be awesome. So we're adding to it, and I think,
Wow.
I think that I can just like flip that switch on, and I think the switch is already there. I just think that people don't know it yet. I think they're asking me, and it's already there. I mean, I've already flipped. It's already there. I'm just quiet. It's just like I'm already mentally ready. I'm already ready to go, and I just feel like I don't look like I am, but I am, and I think as we get there, I mean, it's just another fight to me. It's his first fight, so he can say that he ain't gonna have nerves. You're gonna have nerves.
Listen.
It's St. Patrick's Day weekend. I'm
Oh.
Irish. My whole gear is Ireland. I mean, it's got
Cheers.
Irish everywhere. So I mean, like that you're walking into my native, like a heritage. Like I'm not gonna let you beat the Irish on St. Patrick's Day, like a weekend, especially the day before St. Patrick's Day. And I just think it's just gonna be a long night for him. I just feel very confident. I'm just gonna flow. I feel like I've been flowing. I feel like he's just overconfident, and I think he's the one that's looking past me. I'm not looking past him. I feel like it's time. I feel like it's time to. I feel like it's time to get back to that title. I feel like that I said to Elgato that I'm going to make my way back to the IFL title, and it starts now. So I already have something that I'm working for. He's just working for a name. I'm working to get back to that title.
That's big. That's a huge.
Yeah.
That's a huge piece inside of your puzzle that you actually are looking for this step. And you've been here before many a times.
Yeah.
We just sometimes have to regather ourselves, right? But
yeah, like 100%. And I think because he brought up that last fight, and he said, "Well, you're still bothered by it." Well, yeah, I'm bothered by it. Yeah.
listen, I've interviewed Kayla Harrison after she demolished a girl on New Year's Eve at Madison Square Garden. I interviewed her, and she was upset with herself, even though she won. You are always going to be upset with yourself when you have a championship mentality, period.
Yeah. I think the only calls that I've been getting up until tonight in Texas said, "It's yours, to win. This is the one. You cannot lose to this guy." And and I take that all in. Actually, I mean, definitely shout out to Jade. She's just maybe that you need to manifest it. Maybe you need to sit back and you need to meditate, and you just need to calm your body, calm your mind, and Jade's right. I mean, so that'll definitely go into my night routine, and we're just.
Are you with Jade? You've got Jade there.
No. She's not here. That I was I'm talking to her through Instagram.
Okay, so
that I will see them tomorrow. I'll see them tomorrow at the venue.
So all of our listeners over the last decade know Lady Jade. She's been with us for 10 years. She's been having a hard time too, just like we all do, working the 9 to 5, trying to make our dreams come true, man.
Yeah.
And
I work the same way, man.
She actually linked me and you up for this interview, which I was, blown away with.
She did. She messaged me last night and told me to contact you and said that she was the one. And and I really respect her. I'm very humble by it. But yeah, like I do the same thing that she does, and Van, and a lot of these fighters, like that I work 7 to 5 every day, and then I train at night.
Wow.
Like my body goes through hell. Like someone's like, well, just go in the weight room and lift. I was like, it's not.
Let me bring this up.
Said,
there is a different breed in Florida, man. I swear.
Yeah.
There's a different breed. I got a poster right back here. I mean, I remember interviewing, I bring this up all the time. I remember interviewing Bilal Muhammad when he was fighting for Titan FC. Jose Shorty Torres fighting for Titan FC.
Titan FC is huge down in Florida.
Look what I got here. Oh, you can't see it right now, but bro, Bomac fighting with Jillian Robertson on the card.
Oh, really?
Yep, Jillian Robertson on the card and Mike Perry on the card as well.
Mike Perry, no way.
Yep, and then Robert TQ Turnquest, which is my boy who actually sent this over. This is an old one, man, but the reason I bring this up, no matter how many times you get in there and get knocked down, you're constantly growing, and I think that is the most important thing in life, is finding that motivation. Right now, you may be thinking, okay, this kid's a streamer, this is whatever, I'm going there, I'm going to fight. Bro, you really sometimes, as frustrating as people can be, just embrace the moment, man. Because that is living at its purest form, right?
Yeah. You're totally right. And I think that's where I need to more. I think I'm just trying to focus on the fight and not making a mistake.
Of course.
And the embracing is great from the fans. Like I can tell you, there was this guy that did not like me, wasn't a fan of me, said that I should quit boxing, like whatever, fighting, etc. And then I fought, and then I went to New York City and I fought on like the flex fight in a kickboxing match. And my opponent missed weight by 25 pounds. So he was 3 weight classes above me, and I still took the fight. I still fought, and I took him deep into the second round.
Ooh.
And after that, I think that's where the fans started to turn back to my side, because these last 3 fights have been amazing. Like, that the fan base has not been negative. They say that you look better, you look great every single fight, that you improve, that you fix those mistakes. Like it just feels good. And it just took that one fight, someone that was 20 plus pounds overweight, and I took him deep into the second round, and then it all turned like, oh shit, like, oh, he can fight. He does fight with heart. He did get better. He did do this. And I was like, yeah, like,
that's a huge accomplishment, man. They don't allow that.
I mean, it's on my Instagram and stuff. It was Pernell like a Rachel, who I respect very, very much. And I talked to Pernell. He actually inboxed me the other day about like a good luck in the fight. And yeah, he was overweight. Like, I could have said no. I could have, but why? I went to camp. Like,
not gonna throw it all away.
Scouted him.
Not gonna throw it all away for somebody who didn't take it seriously. That's
right. And it's just where I fought. I earned people's like respect, and that was it. And maybe that's what it took. Like, I felt like in the first round that we had that fight, the second round, he stayed away from me. He didn't want to feel my punches, and he told me. And he was 3 weight classes heavier than me. I was 147. He was 25 pounds heavier than me. The fight was at 155, so he's like 175, 180. I landed shots on him everywhere, and he said that I have power, and Danny's like, I have power, and I was like, you don't look like you have power. Maybe you do. I don't know. But I said, I have power. And I know I have power.
Dude.
And I have speed. And because a lot of the fighters came up to me, the young fighters, and they're like, oh, so is this your second amateur? I was like, no.
Ooh.
I said, I actually have like 9 freaking professional fights. I'm on the roster to the fastest growing sport in the world, in the freaking like a BKFC.
Can we just say what a difference that makes. I don't think people understand when you leave amateur, every fight counts. It will be the trajectory of your entire life outcome from that moment on when you become a pro, you know? So.
Yeah, like 100%. And then the kid's like, oh my God, so you have more knowledge than this kid does. Say, yeah, that's why you shouldn't be confident. But that's fine. He can be. But I said, he's been running his mouth. Yeah, I've been running my mouth online trying to sell the fight. He hasn't been trying to sell the fight. He just cares about himself. And I said, that's where you make it like a personal. And, you know, it's very personal. And I said, the only thing is, like Jade's been messaging me all night, Van's been messaging me all night. People must see something that I'm not seeing in myself, and they're like, you got to take the anger out of this fight. You have to fight, focus, and pure. And I was just like, oh, I'm not angry. And they're like, yeah, you are angry from that comment that he made at the press conference. That, like, it's bothering you. And they're like, just fight your fight, just fight, focus. And that's when Jade's like meditate, do the manifesting, like just like do things to make that mind. And then same thing with my friends that have been around me all day. They're like, you know, you have that attitude where you're mad inside, you know. So kind of what he did worked, but now that I have a great a team around me, and you know, and like being in the stable with freaking like Lorenzo Hunt, the BKFC champion.
Wow, yeah. I know Lorenzo. I just interviewed him a couple months ago.
Yeah, he's awesome. So I'm in the stable. Like, you know, my gear has the Juggernaut all over my stuff. Like it's got the Juggernaut life everywhere. It's all over my gear everywhere. And you know, you know, it's just where you can't fight mad, and I'm glad that I have a great team that's in the stable, you know, like Lorenzo Hunt, Jade, you know, Van, Nate from New, like on quarters, you know, like on Combatables and stuff, like you know, HKA, like on USA and stuff. It's just that they keep me grounded, and they're like, hey, you know, you need to come back down, and you just need to fight your fight. Stick to the game plan. Don't let them, and let's just go to work. And that's the biggest thing that I need to do. So that's where I get quiet at night, and all day tomorrow, it's just focusing. It's just like focusing on every step, every movement, every punch, every dodge. You know, it's just like, you know, just making it perfect.
You got to find your flow. You got to find your center, man, right? And the thing is here, I feel for you, because I can totally relate. When people tell you that you're upset or angry, and you're like kind of fighting, like you're really not upset or angry, you're like pushing it away, but then they bring it up and it makes you angry and upset.
Yeah.
But that's the whole equalizer, though, because then you're like, all right, what you're seeing here, don't worry about it. We've been here. It's just, but that's the most upsetting and angering part is when they say it, right?
Oh yeah, I mean that I was out to dinner tonight, and I went to like a Hooters in like Lakeland,
bro,
to see friends that I haven't seen.
Oh yeah, that's what I would say too.
and like some of the girls, the like servers are like, so are you like ready for your fight? You excited? I said that I will be ready in the morning. I'm just dialing in. That's all I'm doing. I'm getting my mind right. And like on Donna, who's a great friend of mine from there, she's like, you know, that she goes that I know that you're gonna win. And I was like, I feel like it. Like I can feel it. Like I know.
Destiny.
It's just at the end of the day, I have to do my job. If I don't do my job, then I will lose. And that's the way that I need to look at it. If I get overconfident, over punch, you know, just it takes that one punch that could change a whole fight.
I like that you said that too. I really like that you said that, because that could be, you know, that could become reality where you think you got it, and then dude, you have all the knowledge it takes. This is your moment. You gotta let it shine. This is the night. You've been here before, bro. After this interview, everything clicks in, and I am so jealous, bro, because right now you are about to experience one of the most amazing moments of your life that on your deathbed you will look back, say, I wish I was there again for this one.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's just where.
But wait. I gotta say this though. I got these two quick ones.
Sure.
The hard sparring you do is super hard, man. That's something I've talked to a lot of fighters about. They're not into it as much anymore. But then some fighters are coming back and saying, no, I need that. I don't want to get rusty. I need to know what to expect. Is that something you're always going to stick with? Always something you're going to do? Or is that something you started doing again?
I started doing again because when I went into the Elgato fight, I wasn't sparring as much. I wasn't sparring as hard.
Okay.
And I think that played a big that played a big test into it. That my camp went back and told me, freaking like Lorenzo Hunt, Nate from No Quarters are like, do you think not sparring so much caused something? And I said, yeah. I said, so I feel like that was an issue, so that we had to fix that, because I used to spar like a Rhino, like a Riley from the BKFC, who's now in like a BYB, I sparred guys from Keith, like on Thurman's camp,
wow.
Stuff like that, American Top Team.
Of course, yeah, down in Florida, man.
So we worked with a lot of great talent.
Florida has some of the best. They really
do. And I like what at the time that what Kevin Smith did from Smith Brothers when I was signed under him at first. He gave me like a Rhino, like Riley, that's 180 pounds, and then he gave me a 135er. Then we went up to a 200 pounder. Then we went to 155, and he's like, you get every size because you're gonna feel power, and then you're gonna feel speed, and it's how you move and everything. And I think that taught me a lot. I think in the Elgato fight, Elgato brought in southpaw fighters, and he took the angles away from me, and that frustrated me. So, it's just things that you go away from that you have to bring back, and and that's a big thing, and I think that makes you better.
You're definitely a decorated fighter, man. You're definitely highly educated. You know what you're in for. You know the consequences. You know the results. You know what you're about to come up against. But what is the main goal here? That's like my last question here, because, bro, you are doing so well for yourself, better than a lot of these UFC fighters that are in the top 15. Like some of the, the social media following, some of the highlights from your fights, man. You are one of the most electrifying fighters I have ever seen, and I am so excited for not just this fight, but to see what's going on in the future with you. So I really want to know, like, is BKFC something you would stick around with? Is Muay Thai, kickboxing, boxing?
I want to go back to BKFC. I want to go to Ballard. Also, like one of the bare knuckles, even if it's like on game.
What Valor card did you fight on?
I didn't fight on a Valor card. I went to the tryouts.
Okay, all right.
Had a good showing. I fought on the first look of BKFC New York card.
Oh, so you fought on the first BKFC card?
I was on the main card. Yep. We made weight. Me and David Morgan. I ate and then I went to bed just like you're supposed to.
Bro, it's so wild because
I woke up and David Morgan went out to a bar and was in a pizza eating contest during on COVID at the time up in my home state of New York.
Wow.
And it was on a podcast, so it was everywhere. And then David Feldman called me down with Kevin Smith, and I met with David Feldman, Nate Shook, Thomas Sconzo, and they just said that this fight's not going to happen. That the guy was out at a bar in a eating contest, and they're like, during COVID, that we can't have this because we don't know if he's going to puke all over the ring. We don't know this or that. And then after that, I don't know what happened, but basically articles came out. David Morgan said it was because of this video that somebody from Canada made saying that I was going to die in the ring, which I've never died in the ring. Yeah, oh yeah, it's still out there, yeah. So that was a big thing. So for a whole year that I couldn't fight, like that I had to disprove that video. Oh yeah, he's the guy that did the video said that I had 10 concussions, that my speech impeded me was due from my concussions, that I was gonna die in the ring, so that's why this fight didn't happen. It just blew out of proportion, and then I got my opportunity with Flex Fights, so I'm very thankful.
Wouldn't that be defamation? Right? That would just.
But it would, and a lot of people told me to push it, but I said no. I said I believe in actions speak louder than words, and I said I'm going to live that way, and I'm going to disprove that video, and that's what I'm going to do, and that's what I did. I went to Flex Fights. I fought that guy. He missed weight by 25 pounds. I fought him. I go deep into the second round.
25
I didn't die
pounds.
in the ring, and then from there, I mean, yeah. If you look at it, I'm 0-6, but if you look at my resume, Cornell Hines in my pro boxing debut, signed to Oscar De La Hoya. Adrian Sosa, 10-0 right now. He's a champion. Noah Lopez is 12-2. He's a 140 champ, and he fought on PVC. Julio Solis, I fought him on Telemundo Deportes in the feature fight. He's 7-0. I mean, everyone that I faced has been nothing but killers, and
that's respect right there. There's been UFC fighters that have padded their career. Actually, recently, fake fights on Tapology and stuff. You're going out there and actually facing top talent, bro. That's badass, dude.
Contenders. Oh yeah, I was signed under Ryan Perez, Slaughterhouse, and he went on a podcast and said it. He said that I fought nothing but killers. I mean, everybody on my box truck has a winning record, and they're champions. I mean, in my pro MMA debut, I fought Nathan Gleaves for CES. He's a CES 140 champ.
Okay, right here on the East Coast. Okay.
Yes, yeah. So I fought him, and then he went to Bellator and fought on Cody Law. Nathan's a two promotion champion right now. I said, that was another hard fight. It was not easy, and I took it. And I said, and I did say after the Elgato fight, I said at the end of 2024 that I'm done fighting, and everyone's like, yeah, come on. And then I was talking to Nate from No Quarters Compatible, and he goes, somehow with your record, but you're just peaking, man. He goes, you got the IFL title fight. You were on the main card for that. Now you're on the main card for this. Now you're main eventing over in the UK. Now the IFL wants you back to go fight in Puerto Rico. He goes somehow that you've just catapulted, and he's like, you're just everywhere right now. And
that's important.
I said I just believe in hard work, and I don't stop, and I don't listen to people. There's people saying that you should quit, that you should retire, that you shouldn't fight anymore, that your health. And I said, you don't know my health. I said that I have great doctors around me, and they know what's best. And I said I will know when I'm done. My body will tell me that I'm done. And I said, so I truly believe that. I mean, I believe at the end of 2024 I'm done. But Nate from no
Right.
like quarters combative. He's like, I don't think you're done. So I mean, like then we'll see. Like then we gotta get through this fight, and and then make a statement, and then we gotta go off to England and battle Elfie, and then go back to the IFL and like make our way back to the title. So I mean, as, as of right now, that like retirement's not in my mind.
That's
It's a
good.
fight that's in like in front of me, So it's crazy. I mean, it was funny that I was out with a friend, and she's like, "You don't even like look like a fighter." I said, "I know," and that makes me, like
Even more
amazing.
dangerous.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm very humble. I'm very blessed. I don't act like I am. I just, you know, I just love to compete.
That's what a perfect way to wrap this thing up. Because how I'm gonna wrap this up is with a short clip that I
Sure.
posted on my YouTube channel a couple of years ago of Dustin Poirier. It's got almost
Oh, Dustin.
half a million views right now, and it was
Mhm.
right after a fight where he lost, I believe, to Habib. Very devastating
Mhm.
fight. I had his striking
Mm.
coach on right before it, and he thought
Yep.
the world was over, man. And if you
Yep.
look at what happened after this moment, to see him rise and just realize I can't let anyone get in my head. I just love doing this. This is the one
Yep.
thing I love. And if I leave here and retire, what else is next? Look at BJ, look at, Chuck. So let me end it
Yeah.
with this short clip here for everybody.
Sure.
Thank you guys for the support. It means a lot to me. If I choose to fight again, I'll be back strong. If not, I'll see what God has in store for me. Thank you.
And man, that reached half a million views. That was, let's see, not that long ago, about 3-4 years ago. So I just want you to keep
Okay.
that in mind, man. This is not
No,
going to
yeah,
be
definitely.
an easy road. And there are going to be people along the way. Like, somehow in the MMA world, media trolls are now our obstacles, I guess. But we're going to get through, man. And you have been doing nothing but growing. Anytime that you think that you went in there and didn't do your best, you are growing. Look at your status right now. Look at the events that you're on. Look at the people around you. Look at the states you're in. Look at the places that you're traveling, man. And I just really hope that you embrace it, bro. Because
Right.
not many people get to experience it, man. And you deserve it more than anybody. So, with that
Thank
being
you.
said,
Thank
man,
you.
I really am looking forward to the fight tomorrow. Where can people check it out? I'll have the link down below. It's actually on my Twitter page right now at XEvilEddieX.
Awesome.
With that being said, what I like to usually do is hand the imaginary microphone over to you. If you have any social media, anything that you want to say, and something for the listeners that are going to be listening tonight up until before the fights, a reason to tune into this event. The floor is now all yours.
Oh, thanks. So I have Instagram. It's at Zach Ziggy like on Johnson like on 28. I post a lot on there. I post a lot on like on Twitter. That the link is in my bio on my Instagram. It's on
It's
my
at
Facebook
Ziggy
page.
Rocks 2848 on Twitter. And that's
Yeah,
where we be rocking, man.
yeah,
The Twitter
yeah,
community is where it's at.
yeah, and so I'm on all social media platforms, but the link is in my Instagram bio. I have posted it in Twitter, but it's mostly in my Instagram. It's on Facebook. I think everyone's gonna see where that we're gonna send this kid back to California, and we're gonna show him that he's just an influencer. I believe coming off that IFL title fight changed me a lot. It made me more like hungry. That you put the right team around you, and I just feel like that we're on that roll right now. I feel like that everything's falling into place, and I can't thank freaking like Lorenzo Hunt enough. Nate from no quarters compatible to home of the hustle. It's a coffee. HKA, like on USA, like a rap, like a RAS, like on Combat, Van and like on Jade. I definitely like appreciate this with
Shout
you.
out Jade for
Stuff you
sure.
like don't take the time. I just my biggest message to people is actions speak louder than words in that you never give up on your dreams, like no matter what. That you never know who's actually like watching. That I've never given up on anything. People have told me, and you know, I just I just think if you fight through adversity, that you can get to anything that you want.
Man, with that being said, I am so excited for this event going on tomorrow for Hype Boxing. Guys, that was the one and only Ziggy Johnson. Ziggy, I thank you so much for joining us here on
Thank
Pure Evil
you.
MMA, and I hope to see you soon. And Lady
You will.
Jade, thank God
Yes.
for connections,
Yes.
right, man? So,
Yes.
one last thing. Prediction for this fight.
Second round.
Second round.
Second round, like knockout, like nasty, like knockout. I truly believe that like he's gonna wear himself out in the first round. That we're gonna play that defensive mind game with the counter, and then the second round we're just gonna beat him up. I believe that the check hook's gonna be there. I believe going like a high to low, and going low and then like looking for the like a hook off to the left side and just it's somebody said it actually. It's funny um that they believe that this fight's going to be a close second combat fight because like some of my last fights have been close second combat. So
Really?
so in the pocket and
That's bad news for him. Him, right?
it's very bad news because if I can get inside, then I can do damage. But I'm just gonna work off that jab. I'm gonna feed off that jab. That we're gonna block his like on view from the jab, so so that two can come through. And I believe that the check hook's gonna be there. So, I truly believe in that check hook. I believe in that 1-2, that 1-2-1, and I believe that he's not going to shock the world, and I believe that he's going to be humbled, and if he's not, that's fine. He can go back to California with his with his 6.2 like a million followers on freaking like on TikTok. It just proves that this is not a game. It's not made for everybody. And I'm not looking for the L. So I got too many people like watching, and like I'm counting on it, and and I don't want to go into a main event fight like I'm coming off another loss, especially to a influencer that's making his like on debut.
Please, for the love of all of us mixed martial arts fans, for our combat sports fans, make a fucking statement tomorrow night. It is so important to us, man, because it hurts to see them walk all over us like it's nothing. But you know what? Hey,
Right.
Jake Paul actually, I give him a little credit, man. He's really not that bad. But
I do.
it's just crazy. People are getting too cocky, and it's time to serve that humble pie. With that being said, man, we will talk to you after the fights. I wish you best of skill. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you. You too.
God bless. Bye. That was it. Another episode, guys. You thought I was kidding. You thought I was kidding when I said I was coming back to Pure Evil MMA. The joke's on you. That was another episode. Quick interview. An exciting one as well. There's a fight on this card. Not Jake Paul versus not Logan Paul. There's a bunch of influence. It looks really exciting. However, I just got to say, the press conference, I wanted to bring this up. I have it in my notes right here. The press conference that they had, there was no hype. The media production wasn't there. The microphones and, you got to make an atmosphere. You got to make something alive. You can't be in the middle of the street trying to sell things, whispering, not being prepared. It has to be alive, colorful, make people feel like they can be a part of something, witness something. And I didn't see that there. However, all the ingredients are here, and this is the only fight. I looked through a lot of the fights. This is the first fight on the card, and it's the most exciting one. And I really hope he goes in there and just goes blitzkrieg bop on him. I really do. Guys, I'm Evil Eddie from Pure Evil MMA. We have a lot to discuss this week. I go back to work tomorrow night, but then I'm off again. Oh, shit, I work all weekend. But we'll be back for Sunday. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm Evil Eddie from Pure Evil MMA, ageofradio.com. Remember, without evil, there's no purity. Bueno goes to the end. Try to behave yourselves.